Well, howdy neighbor. Welcome back to Hammer and Saw Customs right here on the Big Island. If you haven't seen the show before, I'm Brother Bill and I'm your master of the universe. Oh, said that one already. How about jack of all trades, master of none, and that's my title. Well, I thank you folks for stopping by. What this video is going to be is part 3 of our Hammer and Saw Customs workshop made entirely out of pallet wood. And today I'm going to be assembling our rafter system. So come on back after the intro. This will give you a good time to go grab you a snack, maybe something cold to drink, like old Brother Bill's drink of choice. Good old Southern sweet tea with some NASCAR additive. So it's got a little extra kick. Hopefully it'll keep me going through the rest of this build. And it's smooth. So I'm going to set that right there. Come on back after the intro and we'll get started. I wonder if anybody remembers that old commercial about lollipops and how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. And if they were ever actually, any scientists actually figured that out. Oh, well, hey neighbor, you're back already. Well, good to have you back here at Hammer and Saw Customs. Like I said, once again, this is part 3 of our Hammer and Saw Customs workshop, wood shop, repair shop, fix-it shop, or maybe even break-it shop. But we hope we don't break too many things. So we've already got our substructure down. We already got our pallet wood slats down for our floorboards. We're working on our rafters. And you're probably thinking, well, Brother Bill, why are you working on rafters when you don't have any walls? Good question. But the answer to that is, it's a whole lot easier to build these rafters on this flat surface. You already know your dimensions, so it's pretty easy to lay out, get that right, instead of trying to build that all up here in the sky. Yeah. So I'm going to show you what pieces I'm using. And you don't have to do this, and this may not work in your area, especially if you got like snow load and wind loads and all that. But here in Hawaii, this is way over what I'm going to need. Plus the fact that I'm going to wrap this with a white thick tarp. There'll be limited power, if not anything, maybe you're just from some solar panels, things of that nature, just to charge some power tools. So the load on my roof is going to be way less stringent than anywhere else. And of course, if we get a tropical storm, well, all bets are off. But you know, with the money we've got into this, be easily rebuildable. So it's a twofold. So to get started, we'll go over our Safety Steve part of the show, which is safety glasses. We're going to be using the old hammer drill Bluetooth electrical unit with some screws. We're using 3-inch screws today to put this together. Luckily, my 3-inch screws came from old brother CJ when he moved back to the mainland. So those are recycled screws. Even though they're new, they're still recyclable because they were new to me. Some gloves to keep our fingers protected. With those screws, sometimes there's burrs on there, and those are going to be spinning, so you want to save those. What I've got here is we've got 7 rafters, because I'm going to space them about 3.5 feet apart. We're about 24, let's see, well, can't remember. I think it's 20 by 14. So that's going to work out fine for our little situation here. I've already assembled the one on the far end completely, so that's a complete unit. So let's get started. Now with my rafter layout, I don't have a lot of long material. So what we're doing is we're piecing these together because it's out of pallet wood. And so everything we're using here is pallet. Our bracing is our pallet brace runners. So our runners here, so I've got those screwed together. That's going to be our support strap. Then we've got some wide pallet boards that are going to basically be our end caps to tie those together. And then what we've started off was the twofold. So we've got our main angles already screwed together, laying flat. And what we're going to start doing is we got our 45. So we've got 45, 45, overlay 45, and then our end piece. And basically we're just kind of using the cutout of the runner boards from the pallets as kind of like our bird's mouth on the end. Hopefully that makes sense. So what I'm going to do once we get started here is I'm just going to start assembling these. So we'll want not to bore you guys to death with that and listen to this hammer drill just go over and over and over. So I'll play you a little banjo music and I'll see you on the other side. But until then, if you guys got any questions, we'll get started. What's that? You know the drill by now. I can't hear you. So take those old phalanges, click clack on the old computer down there. Let me know what you think, what you like, what you don't like. Also, there's that little hammer and saw emblem over there. Yeah, that little emblem. I keep pointing to it on every video. If you guys could give me a couple likes, a share, subscribe would be awesome. If you're watching this on the old Facebook, same thing there. Comments, likes, shares, that's awesome too. Keeps the show rolling. Lets me know what I'm doing here you guys are interested in or not. But either way, I'm building it. I'm just biting you along because this is something I'm going to use anywho. So yeah, so let's do that. Let's get started, and I will see you on the other side. All right, well, there you have it, neighbor. That's just one I'm gonna go ahead and just assemble the other ones because I think you guys get the meaning of what we're doing here. And I'll just show you the finished product when I'm finished, of the finish, for the finish, of the grand finale finish. So we'll get the rest of these all screwed together. You might be saying, wow, there's a lot of screws in there. Yeah, but it really makes a nice, strong, engineered little setup. Like I said before, I started talking about the roof. I didn't finish. I started talking about power. So this is going to be a white tarp. The reason I'm going to do that is because of lighting. We get a lot of natural lighting. So I won't have to have a whole lot of lighting inside. Let Mother Nature light up the shop. Also, when I'm shooting these videos for you guys, whether it's a rainy day or not, and I only have a few batteries for small items to be charged, lighting really sucks up a lot of power. So that'll work there. And then the old voice in the back of my head earlier was telling you guys, or when I was telling you guys, the size of the shop. I got it wrong. I'm not perfect. It's actually 18 by 14, so that's why we're doing 3.5. Got 7 rafters. Math, huh? No? Well, that's my hillbilly math, and I'm sticking to it. So, come on back, or I'll be right back, and I'll have these all finished up. I'll show you guys the finished product, and we'll go from there. So hang in there just a little bit longer. We're almost done. Woo! Well, there you have it, neighbor. We got 7 trusses all laid out, assembled, stood up, and roughly put into place. These are just kind of snipped into place right now, just to show you what the roof line is going to look like, and that our truss work build out worked. We'll be putting in, well, I'll be putting in, hopefully you guys will be watching, putting in our supports from truss to truss. So I'll get those measurements, cut that wood, and maybe we'll get to that next time. Maybe that'll be part 4 of 20, 30 videos to go, right? Because one-man band. So she's pretty strong. Maybe not as strong as a brick shite house, but you know, strong enough is what I'm going to say for our little plan. Now remember, folks, this ain't to go by the numbers. Where you're at, you might have different codes. You might live in that 4-letter word place called, you know, where you get that snow. Ooh, dirty word there. So you might have different plans you'll have to follow, or ideas, or you'll maybe have to put a whole lot more bracing if you're actually going to have a shop this size. Could do a smaller shop, then they wouldn't have quite as much area to cover. The goal or the plan or the idea here is I'm doing this for me. I want to bring you guys along because I'm hoping to inspire you folks. Get up off that couch, get outside, and do something. Pallet wood is basically free. Yep, you've got to take out a loan to put a gallon of gas in your vehicle to go down, but at least you don't have to buy all the wood to go home just to tear it up. So that's my biggest thing here, is to share with you what you can do with just free wood and have a blast. Whether it's with your significant other, if you've got some of those kids of yours, hey, you know what? Employ the neighbor's kid. You know, the one down the street that's always asking you, what you doing? What you doing? Oh, I'm getting ready to get some free labor. That's what I'm doing. I'm just kidding, jokes. Folks, you know that. So, and for those of you that can't get out, can't do this, well, you know what? That's what old brother Bill is here for, so you can live vicariously through me. Watch me sweat, watch me fatten a finger. If you can't do it, but you enjoy at least watching it because maybe you have limitations, that's fine. Come along as well, make your comments. Hey, tell me what you'd like me to see to build. Maybe after we get done with this project. So the sun is sinking fast. As you can see, the shadows are getting long on me. At least we got this done today. I'll throw the tarp over it to keep this nice and dry. Now I've got to get to work busting down some more pallets. So I don't know if maybe next week we'll have one of these on this. I might be done busting down those pallets. Maybe we'll have to go work on the old Hammer and Saw Customs pick 'em up truck and show you what some things I got to do to it before I put it back out there on the road. As always, I appreciate you folks immensely. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate you messaging me. I appreciate those thumbs up and shares and likes. I can't say enough of how much I appreciate you guys helping me get where I'm going, because like I said, I'm doing this, just thought I'd invite you guys along to enjoy the ride. Hopefully you'll learn what not to do. Oh, getting back to that, on running the 3-inch nails in, I don't know where my brain was at, you know, there's that little voice in the back of my head. I was not listening. But if you put the screws in at a slight angle, they won't protrude so far or even make it out the other side. Yes, I could got shorter nails, or screws, but these were free. See, that's the whole thing. So also circling back, you might say, well, hey, Brother Bill, you already got some tools and this and that and everything. Well, it's okay. Go out to your local yard sale, go to your local jockey lot, rubbish sale, whatever. Grab you some old tools with old bits and old saw blades. Go home, burn up one of those old saw blades or burn up the saw. You know, you don't have much into it. Learn to saw that board the right way, because you'll find out real quick. Biggest thing though, even though you've got old tools and everything, just biggest thing, safety, 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 safety. Oh, Safety Steve is very important. And he'll help you keep all 10 fingers and toes, or some people say 8 fingers and 2 thumbs, whatever. Get those gloves on, get those glasses on, get that hearing protection on, wear your tight, heavy duty clothing, no baggy clothing, but get out there and have fun. You know, if you spent $20 on a saw at a flea market, you used it 5 times, but you had a blast, or maybe showed your kids something, hey, it's priceless, right? And it's pallet wood. If you're using pallet wood, guess what? There's a whole pile of it. They're giving it away. You just got to go and get it. Oh, but ask, because I'll let you in on this old story with Brother Bill, because you don't want to be in the back of the big box store loading up the old pick-em-up truck with some pallets. And you know, old Roger, he's a local sheriff's deputy, comes tootling up and starts asking you, like the little kid down the street, what you doing? And you say, hey, I'm loading these pallets up. But then see, you got Martha inside, who's the assistant manager, didn't give you permission to do that, or at least you didn't ask her. So she's got a right to call old Bob over here, or Roger, to show up to ask you, what you doing? So when you get the pallets, make sure they're yours to get. Go in, ask the assistant manager if you can have those pallets out back. At least when Roger shows up, you got a name and a face, and you could point the finger, you know, instead of at yourself. Because if you don't ask, you got to point at yourself. Plus, there's always a ton of folks out there on Craigslist. Companies have got them out with signs saying, please take. So they're yours for the taking. They're yours for enjoying. I love the heck out of them because I can make all kinds of mistakes, and I've got tons more wood to keep going with. So once again, I sure do appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by Hammer and Saw Customs with old Brother Bill right here on the Big Island of Hawaii. I hope to see you soon. I hope you had some fun at this, and yeah, that's going to do it. I think Mama's got dinner on the stove, and my stomach is growling. Woo! So let's remember those veterans out there, past and present, especially with what's going on in the world right now. So let's remember our first responders out there. You know, they're out there trying to do their best to take care of us. And as always, have a great day, and Brother Bill will see you next time. Aloha.